I want to share with you a few things that Dave Marshall and myself have been running through this morning about the whole expert community. And as we're kind of having a bit of a chat, you're sitting in the background there, we're kind of getting a little bit agitated by the fact that the expert community is in all sorts of ribbons, really, in so much as there are not enough experts actually making real money. And why is that? Why is it that all those NLP coaches, the business trainers, the personal business development people, PTs, you name it, anybody that has spent a significant amount of time learning their craft, learning to be an expert, where they've literally invested a massive amount of time and cost to become the expert that they are now. And yet, because of their focus, because of the model not being 100% right, and the distraction that comes in, and this is the challenge I think for all of us experts, it's the distraction of, will Facebook work? Will Snapchat be the way forward? Should I go to networking meetings? I mean, there are a massive amount of plates that you can spin in order to get your message out there. The thing is, because there is so many different ways to get the model out there, you're not really doing hardly any of them, are you? I mean, certainly I'm going to put my hands up and say, a few years back, neither was I. I mean, as you know, for the most part of it, I've been kind of semi-retired for a number of years, but I'm back this year. This year, we're going to start making some real inroads into that expert community. And some of it is fueled by the fact that we're watching some of the really big names, and obviously I don't want to get sued, so I'm not going to mention all of them, but that are doing speaker training and how to become a super duper PT that's earning loads of money, or how to become an NLP trainer's trainer, and so on and so on. Just an expert in whatever field. The challenge, I think, is that a lot of those guys, in fairness, are teaching you the basics of what you need to know to become an expert. But once you've done that training, once you've become knowledgeable about how to walk people's worlds, if you're an NLP practitioner, or how to go into a business and you've got 52 ways to do this or 12 ways to do that. Yes, I'm talking about that big franchise that's all over the world. Those guys I know are struggling. They are struggling, and it's because they don't quite know what to do, because the model's not absolutely pinpoint perfect. So, are you struggling with this? I know a lot of people are. So I just want to share with you a couple of the things that David and myself have kind of gone through this morning. And that is that if you have invested a huge amount of time and energy and you're really not getting the outcome, if the outcome isn't where you want it to be, you really need to look at the model. I'm punctuating that for a reason, because the core model orientates around not just your knowledge, not just your expertise at what it is that you do, but it's about your model that you're presenting to the world. How are you popping? How are you elevating above all of your competition? Because that's the truth, is that if you are not famous, and this is my thing, you must be famous at what it is that you do to a very specific community, if you are to really earn your true potential. So let me just take that off and we'll focus on what the formula is, what that absolute formula for business. It doesn't really matter whether you're running a corner shop or you are that expert. It is C plus E to O, meaning that's the cost. That's what you've already spent to become the expert that you now are. You've invested the time and energy and monies to become your expert. The next part is the effort. Now that's the effort that you've got to put in and throw into the mix in order to get your outcome. That's why it's not C plus E equals O, because it doesn't necessarily follow that way. But that's the formula for success. It's cost plus effort to outcome. I think the problem for a lot of experts is that they have invested so much monies in becoming the expert that they are, that they're really risk averse, they're cost averse, because they've invested so much. But there's more investment still to make. The investment in becoming famous, in marketing to a very specific niche. And that, my friend, is where I think a lot of experts struggle. So how do you fix that? Well, I think that if you're a coach, mentor, we'll take those guys for a moment. I'll share with you a model that we use with our certified 100 KPA coaches. And this is it. You want to get your work-life balance, and you want to get an income that affords the work-life balance. So of course, we've really got to start with what the outcome is. In absolutely every journey, we focus first on the outcome, because how can you chart and traverse towards that unless you've got that absolutely crystal clear in your mind? Most coaches, I think, you're only really looking for 25 or thereabouts clients. So if you think you're only looking for 25 clients, it's not a huge amount of people. Imagine if you had 5 one-to-one clients. They're clients that you spend half a day with each and every month to help them to get where they want to go. Just 5. That's not a lot. It really isn't a lot. Now, if you're charging, the average which is in the coaching community is about $750 a day. Some are charging 1,000, 1,500, some are charging 300 or 400. Those guys are nuts. But the average is $750. So if you've got 5 clients at $750, you're pulling in around $3,750 a month to £4,000 a month out of just 5 half-day mentoring sessions, 2.5 full days. Now, if you're really clued in, you kind of know that you want to leverage your time, because again, it's all about that work-life balance. So I think that group mentoring is really the way forward, rather even than the one-to-ones. Anyone that's kind of known me for a few years know that I prefer that. From a coach trainer's perspective, it is so much more rewarding to sit in a room with kind of 15 to 25 people and really work with them. You get a peer group, the whole thing. It allows you to make it really affordable for them, because if a business can't afford 200-300 quid to get a mentor in to help them traverse from point A to point B, really they're in trouble. So if you had 20 clients, just 20, that's all, in your group mentoring program at £250 per month, you're looking at 5k. Now, if you take 5 one-to-one clients and 20 in a group setting, that's only 25 clients, and straight away you're at 100,000 plus per annum. So that's a very, very simple formula that I think if you're a teacher, coach, trainer, mentor, you're looking at 25 clients. That's all you need. Dave's just signalling to me, okay, 25 clients can be hard to get. I don't think it is. I think that if you get really, really focused about who it is that you want to serve, it's not that difficult. So what's your background? What's your knowledge base? What do you know inside out, outside out? Is it the motor industry? Are you someone that's done a lot of work with body shops? Well, great. Focus on the body shops. If you're someone that spent a lot of time in one of the digitals, say accountancy or law or any of those areas, focus on accountancy or law or whatever that might be. So look, just a little bit of a rant and so on, but from us on the experts community, and David and I are really talking about how can we help you to go from where you are to where you want to be, which is that 100k per annum plus income. Through the next series of videos, what we're going to share with you is some of the meat and veg, some of the, basically the how. You just had a little look at my dyslexia. How do we do that? Meet me back for the next one, and I'll talk to you soon.